Welcome back to Rob Schmitt tonight, continuing now with our week-long series, Abuse of Power, with the FBI investigating Trump for obstruction of justice. You might remember Andrew Weissman, the lead investigator in the Mueller probe. Well, he's back and now weighing in on this raid.
At the department, when they're going to consider whether they should charge the former president, the fact that there may be obstruction of justice, and that is lying in addition to having these documents improperly at Mar-a-Lago, I think will weigh quite heavily, as it has with other cases that they've brought in the past, for instance, against General Petraeus.
So it's almost verbatim to what he was saying last time they went after Trump. This is exactly what they say every time. They're going to figure out a way to get him, and it's going to be obstruction, something like that. The former president revealing on social media, wow, in the raid by the FBI Mar-a-Lago, they stole my 3 passports along with everything else. This is an assault on a political opponent at a level never seen before in our country, third world. Joining me now is one of Donald Trump's attorneys, Christina Bobb, and it's good to have you on. Why did the FBI take his passports?
Because the FBI and the Department of Justice routinely abuse their power. I mean, that's probably the only way to explain it. The warrant was very specific that it was looking for presidential records and classified information. The passports do not fall under either of those categories, and they had no right to take it. To me, it goes to show that they've just gotten too comfortable overstepping their authority, and they did it again. Are
they trying to insinuate that he is going to flee the country? I mean, you almost think, is there a political spin to it? What the hell do they need his passports for?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if that's what they're trying to do, that's not the way you go about doing it. Certainly, you have to appeal to the court in order to prevent him from leaving the country. You can't just say, oh, we're going to raid his house, and oh, by the way, let's take his passport. So it's not actually the proper way to do it. But, they're just after anything they can get.
What's up with the nuclear stuff? They say there's these nuclear documents that are sitting at the house in a closet for 18 months,
Right.
What's the story?
Well, the first we've heard about that is 3 days after the raid. I mean, if it was so pertinent and so important, why didn't they tell us about it when we were negotiating with them and trying to give them everything they wanted? And to my knowledge, we did give them everything they wanted. So the fact that 3 days after their raid, they leaked something to New York Times or Washington Post, whoever it was that initiated that story, to me, it looks like they're just trying to come up with a story that's salacious enough to scare the American public into thinking maybe their actions were okay. They weren't.
Yeah, I mean, nuclear stuff, it sounds sexy, right? I mean, it's a good way to get people to pay attention and, be really freaked out. During the raid on Mar-a-Lago, they took boxes containing records that were covered by attorney-client privilege. These are like very personal documents for the former president. Is that true? And is that legal? Can they even do that?
Well, I don't know that anything about this raid was legal, but they did take attorney-client documents, and we know that because in the receipt of property that they gave us, they actually gave us 2 separate receipts of property. One of them is a shorter list. I think it only has about 5 or 6 items on it, and then you've got the other one that has the, 20 or so items on it. And the shorter list, which doesn't explain that it's privileged information, they just happened to tell me that when they gave me the receipt. They said this is privileged information, that, we're handling it differently. We'll work out with the lawyers how to handle it. But of course, they write out classified information on the one list. And then when they take something that is questionable and the public won't like, they leave that off of the list and just tell me. So I think it's a lot of gamesmanship. I think what they did is wrong. It's illegal. It's unconstitutional. And I think they have a lot of explaining to do.
What's the mood, the atmosphere? What does the president think is going to happen?
I mean, we're all kind of waiting to see. The whole thing is so bizarre. And, they've gone after him time and time again. They went after Russia, Ukraine, Crossfire Hurricane, all the emails, the unmasking of his staff as they were starting to take over the White House. I mean, they've tried time and time again, and they just can't get him. I don't think they'll get him this time. There's nothing to get. That's their problem. Their biggest problem is he didn't actually commit a crime. So we're kind of waiting to see what they try. We've expressed, we're willing to cooperate. We want to do whatever you need. How can we help you? And they don't seem to want our help. They're just determined to try to figure out a way to get the president, and they keep failing miserably.
And you say that what they claim were in these boxes that they needed to get, I mean, if they would have come to you, there would have been no problem at all. That they never even asked. That they just immediately raided. That they didn't even try to go through proper. And you guys stand by that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We met with them in June 3rd,
Yeah.
and said, we believe these are all the responsive documents that we think are appropriate to provide. If there's anything else, if you think we missed something, let us know. We're happy to provide you another tour of the facility. We physically walked them down and showed them, let them look through the boxes. So we absolutely hid nothing from them and said we're happy to follow up if there's more needed. And rather than doing that, they just raided the place.
And Trump still maintains he wants to open everything up. Every possible document related to this, he wants to be, send it to the press, put it out there.
He stands by his statement that he put out, yeah.
Okay. Trump's attorney, Christina Bobb, thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it.